Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Hi. Okay, first of all, couple little, just like some business things to get out of the way. My name is Charlie. Welcome to my channel. We are going to be doing some sprints today because I've got a bunch of world building to do, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I apologize for any noises that may be occurring. My refrigerator is making a noise that I am very unhappy about, but there's nothing I can do about it because it just does this every now and then when the temperature hits a certain point. So if you hear a weird rattling in the background, that's just the refrigerator. And the neighbors decided to get their kids some electric scooters, and they're making a sound that is just like hitting me like nails across the chalkboard because they have a really high-pitched whine to the engine. So if I make any cringy faces or anything, that's why. Or if you hear it, I apologize. I hope you don't hear it. But you also might hear them yelling and screaming and hollering because there's a lot of yelling and screaming and hollering because it's like what happens now, apparently. Also, not a super last thing, but close to a super last thing. Yeah. The dog doesn't like people on the street playing in front of the house, so you may get to hear Sasha barking. So that's all kinds of happy, joy. Alrighty, so let's take a moment and see who's here, shall we? Alrighty. I see a Jules. Hello, Jules. How are you doing? I see a Nikki. Hello, Nikki. How are you doing? I see a Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. How are you doing? I hope everybody got my message about moving the time. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this or not, but, I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to find a good time for everything to fit everything in because, it's how I is. Hello to Mama, and hello, okay, weird. The unholy weird one is here. Yeah. I think she's more upset about the noise, and she went into the back room to get away from the noise. No, she's up on the stool in front of me, just scowling at the noise because she really doesn't like the high-pitched sound that they're making. But we'll see. Especially if they actually get into the yard, she will go on an unholy tear against them because that's who she is. Hello. Yes, I already said hello. I don't know what I'm doing. In the kitchen, as per usual. There we go. There she is. I'm probably going to be doing some sprints in a second, especially if she keeps going all barkity bark. Alrighty. Hello, CB. How are you doing? Alrighty. So, I had my usual thing happen to me that happens every nano season, every Preptober, which is why I just don't take Preptober seriously, because I had completely prepped a story that I wanted to write. Ooh, wait a minute. Hello there. So I did what I normally do and prepped a story that I usually, sci-fi story that I wanted to tell, that I really want to tell, that I know I'm eventually going to get around to. But as per usual, 2 weeks before Nanowrimo, my brain did a thing, and I had a very vivid dream with a lot of ideas in it, and that urge of this is a story. This is what you should be doing. And I have learned over the years to listen to this instinct and not to fight it, because if I try to fight it, then I will not be able to write anything. Because the muse has spoken. So, I have given a much broader and deeper announcement to the folk who are gladly and lovingly supporting me on Patreon. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail yet. I will be announcing the full thing in future, but I will say I'm working on a lit RPG story because I've never written one before and I have an idea. And so I am developing it. I am working on it. I'm trying to make it a thing. And so I'm world building. I already have a map. So I'm happy. I got that done. I feel like I haven't done as much as I wanted to today because But I did get my world meta completely figured out. So that's 675 words, and I have a map, like a usable map with like things already named on it. So this is way far ahead of where I thought I would be at this point in the process. So I'm very, very excited to see where this goes. I can't wait. Hello, Vixens. How are you doing today? Yes. Well, this happens a week to 2 weeks before Nano every year. Occasionally, it will happen on the day of. I've had this happen like the day of, and I know I need to listen to it. When I wrote one of the books that's waiting to be published, the idea that literally turned into a trilogy. I wrote all of them without an outline because they just popped into my head fully formed, and I just wrote them because that's how my muse works. She's a bitch. But at least when she shows up, she shows up. And I'm really excited about this. I love some of the graphics and stuff that I'm doing. I can't wait till y'all see it. Because I will tell you one thing that what I'm actually working on right now is the game that the characters are going to be playing. Because next week or by the 1st, I'll put it to you this way. By the 1st, I want to actually have the website up for the game that they're playing. So anyone who wants to can actually start playing it as a Cypher system game. That's my goal, is to get to that point in the world building by the time Nano starts, and then I'll have enough information to actually be able to start telling the story. So I'm your faces. the faces. I was like, I hope that's not me. I hope I didn't inspire those. No. But yes, the muse is here, and I really like the artwork that's been coming out of this. So, yeah. I showed it to the hubby last night, and he was like, what's this game? Like, he missed when I told him that I was writing a lit RPG game and thought I was doing fan fiction for a game that he hadn't heard of. And I was like, I am successful. Like, I am successful with the game art that I've been putting together, because he was like, oh crap, you did that? And I was like, yeah, that's what I was doing today. It's like, so yay. I am very excited about this. Very excited. Hello, Devin. How are you doing today? Bonnie says, this is why I am taking a break before Nano. Don't want to deliberately derail myself right before. Yeah. See, this is also why, like, because I am going to finish the vampire story, but that's probably going to be my December project now, just because I knew I needed something to tide me over for the inevitable, aha, here's the novel you're writing. And it is here. Aha, the novel writing. But once if I can get the world building to a point where I'm comfortable before Nano, I'm going to try to zip through the rest of the zero draft on the vampire story, but we'll see. I have to listen to the muse. I have learned over the years that if I don't listen to her, she will abandon me. So I got to listen. Hello, Spence. Did you get enough murderedly Erder today? I didn't, but I tried. Actually, I'm pretty sure my muse is a stripper named Cinnamon. Or Destiny. I'm just saying. Okay. Like,
so I'm playing Sims now. Also, I hear an echo.
Oh no. Oh yeah, I did a thing. That's me. I'm stupid.
Yep, okay.
Hopefully that made it go.
I'm playing Sims right now, and so I'm gonna make these people. They're gonna be in a cult, and I think I'm gonna make the cult too. But like, I think I might have them murder the cult when they leave.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Like, as they leave, they end up murdering the cult.
I wish another thing to send into StreamYard, that we could each share a screen, and then we could have the timer up and your gameplay up. So depending on what people needed, they could have either, because that would be fun.
We have another stream going.
That would be so much fun. Hello, Petra. How are you doing today? don't want to take a break, but you're going to because you don't want to burn yourself out. I understand, CB. You have been going like crazy fire, like all the words. Like people get after me for getting all the words, but you are getting all the words. So listen to the listen to the muse. She does not want to be ignored. Exactly. And so I'm probably going to put on some chiptune music during the sprints and just see what happens. Sven says, I also didn't because I kept getting distracted by family concerns. Oh no.
Whoa.
Oh no. Your mom had surgery today, and it wasn't until today that you got a straight answer about what it was for. See, this is something like to all parents out there. The angriest I've ever been with my mother is she called me one day and said, I have good news. I don't have cancer. At which point I went,
When was cancer a concern?
is this something I should have known? Like,
My mom was apparently like because I was up north, and then like apparently the day I left, she went into the hospital. And I was never told until she was home. Because nobody wanted to call me and tell me. In fact, my mom told my siblings they were not allowed to call me.
See, I get that a lot because I have the anxiety and the depression, and everybody's just like, let's treat Charlie with like they're made out of porcelain, and we don't want to accidentally make a crack happen. And it's like, you don't understand, like being left out of big things like that.
Well, my mom said that she was in the hospital, and then she was out, and then she had to go back like over a couple of days. And she said, if I had been in the hospital today, I still would have called you today. Because she wanted to know answers before she told me anything.
Like, there's part of me that gets that, but
yeah, at the same time, I'm like, please tell me though. I want to know that my mom's in the hospital.
Well, first of all, like I'm a religious person, and like I have enough like guilt from various things already, but like I'm not one of those people that believes like prayer cures all things, but it is a good thing to do for people you care about. And like it made me feel like a bad child because it was the least I could have been doing, and I couldn't even do that. And I'm one of them people. I'm just one of them people. Because now I have the paranoia. You know what I'm saying? It's like, before I had the anxiety, and now I have the paranoia. What else are you not telling me? Because you just proved that it's just tell your kids things.
Yeah. Also, my stepbrother has a habit of not knowing if I know something. He will call me, even though he's not the one who should be telling me information about certain things. So the one time he called me to tell me something, he got real lucky that my mom was the one who told me first.
Woo. Yeah, my sister usually calls me on the DL when she knows, but my mom figured that out and just didn't tell anybody. Like, Dad didn't know why she was going to the doctor. Like, what? No one knew. Like, no one knew.
Mom!
She kept it to herself. Yeah.
What are you doing?
And then she's just like, nobody ever like commiserates with me when I'm so worried. I'm like, because you don't tell us you're worried. Like, we can't console you if we don't know there's a problem.
Oh, also, I'm going to make all of the Sims that have to escape the cult, they're going to be teenagers.
I feel like I escaped several cults in my life. Just saying.
I'm still not in a cult.
I did escape one. Because I was a member of Campus Crusade for Christ, and they are a cult. I don't know if they are anymore, but they were when I was a member. They were all touchy-feely, and I mean, like, the things you should not be doing to a child touchy-feely. And when I decided to stop going, they started harassing me at school, calling me the Antichrist and throwing things at me, which is why, at least for a couple years before I left the state, we got them banned from school campuses because I wasn't the only kid that they were doing stuff like that to.
Oh.
But you gotta be careful.
My Sim scenario is turning into a YA dystopia. Except there is no love triangle.
That's just wrong, Spence. That's just totally wrong. Like, tell people you have pneumonia. Tell people.
I just tried to scroll down on this computer when I'm using the mouse for this computer. This one's touchscreen. What am I doing? Just touch the screen. Yeah. So I might end up eventually disappearing from this computer, but I will be back as soon as if this one makes me go stupid.
I know, Nicole. That's why I was like, I feel your pain. I feel it so much. But I didn't want to tell my story over yours because I hate it when it feels like you're in that like oppression Olympics when it's just like, oh, that bad thing happened to you. Let me tell you about my bad thing. Because, sometimes people just need to vent and not commiserate. Those are two different stages to go through. I'm sorry, CB.
I have to wear the same outfit.
I have so much merch that I want to make. Like, you have no idea. You have no idea. I haven't met my stepsisters yet. Oh, your dad had a triple bypass many years ago and told none of the kids until after. No, don't do this stuff. Don't do this stuff. Like, that's the pact that the hubby and I have made with each other. Like, sure, eventually we will become old people because, like, you can't avoid that. Like, we don't have, like, some Peter Pan syndrome, like, we're going to be young forever. But, like, okay, we can become old people, but we're not becoming our parents or grandparents. Like, that is not a thing that we're going to allow to happen. And we are actively working, not just saying that we're not going to let it happen. We are actively working on not allowing those traits to creep into our lives because we need to be better about things. That's where that came from. Yeah, totally. Hey, Yaza, how are you doing? I think this is the first time in a long time or the first time ever that you've been on my stream. Oh, Spence, I can't even read that out loud. That's terrible. That's and thank you, Devin.
Thanks, Devin. All right. I did fix the one merch. It is like the correct 2 now.
So I have some world building to do. I'm not sure in which form I'm going to be doing because I got my meta page done. At least at this point, meta pages always get, I don't know how into world building y'all are, but meta pages get updated from time to time because it's basically your notes that you write for yourself so that you know what you're doing. And so I've got that done and I have my focus on that. I think I'm going to start doing some of the class design and stuff for it because I already have a backstory, which is actually inspired by a speech that FDR gave because my brain is weird. So I'm going to be using the Angrening timer. I don't know what to call it. It's the Happy Little Pumpkin Turns Evil Jack-o'-lantern timer because I like it and it doesn't cheat like the race does because that makes me unhappy.
I just realized why I couldn't find the shirt.
That's just terrible, Spence. That's just all kinds of terrible. Like, boo your sister. Just boo. Like, yeah, you call. All right. So
Mom didn't call you? Oh.
Okay, so here's the deal. I have been like low-key working all day, even though I may have been on a Sims stream earlier. Like, I was actually typing in the background and like kind of lost in the conversation at a couple points because I was watching it live and on YouTube and not like in the StreamYard because I had another thing in front of me and I don't have a camera on that computer. So I've been working all day. So I'm ready for like a 2025 already. But if y'all want a 15 to start with, I'm fine with that. Let me know. I am going to keep an eye on the actual YouTube's chat over here because StreamYard takes forever sometimes. So
he is an occult, so.
I am glad that you enjoyed the commiseration because I think that's something that we don't do enough is we don't share. And when I say share, it's not because, and this isn't one of those like the kids these days, because the kids in my day didn't do, we had to teach ourselves how to do it because nobody taught us how to do it. There's a difference between telling your story and sharing your grief. And that's actually being empathetic with each other and, listening to each other as you're talking. And that's a big thing that I think is really missing in our society, that I don't know if it got lost the generation before mine or how far back, or if we've just never had it. But it is a very important thing to do, to actually listen to each other and do this. Ooh, Spence is laying down the gauntlet. You want to write 3 chapters during the stream. My goal is by the end of the stream to at least figure out the names for the various paths that people can play in the game. Because I already know what they are, and some of that is dictated by the idea that the game is based on, that the idea is kind of born out of, but also the fact that I'm using Cypher. It's basically a skin for the adept, the speaker, the explorer, and the warrior. So I'm wanting to get those named, and hopefully at least a couple of them figured out. Maybe even more of them figured out before we're done. Woo! Woo! That was a fighting word, CB. All right, I don't see anybody having any strong opinion, so I'm just going to go right into a 20 unless anybody's going to stop me.
I'm not.
Because
I'm playing Sims.
I know. Well, sometimes you want to, stretch into it, and sometimes you don't. See, I should have worn my Flash Pop shirt. I almost put my Flash. We would have been twinsies. Like, if I'd known that, I put my Devastator shirt on because I'm world building and things got to get blown up first. So I put my Devastator shirt on, but I have quite a few Flash shirts that I could have put on. We could have been twinsies and annoyed everybody, because nothing pisses people off than matchy clothing.
Do you own any Deadpool shirts, Captain America shirts?
I have some Captain America, but
because I have the shield one that I wear with my Captain America boxer shorts.
If it wasn't for the fact that I did not want to leave the house for the Halloween party, our Halloween last year we had decided what our Halloween costume was going to be. We were going to be that couple, and we were going to dress as twinsies from head to toe.
Oh.
Like completely head to toe twinsies, just to bother a friend of ours. But health conditions, not leaving the house, plague, world on fire. So we didn't do that this year. We're not doing that this year. But the hubby is going to dress up as Squirrely Dan. So in a way, we've improved our game. Alrighty, let's get ready. I am going to say, if you've not gotten a beverage in a while, maybe go do that, because that is important. If you have not done any of your stretches, do them, especially the Schloopy. The Schloopy helps me so much. Like, I can't tell you how many times when my wrists are really hurting and I just go from the prayer hands to the Schloopy, that it's just like, oh, and all the tension gets stretched out. I love it. So do your stretches, get up and move around if you haven't in a while, and don't forget to save your documents. The gremlins are out there. They're hungry. They want your words. Do not feed them. Save your work. Save it.
Save your work. Don't feed the gremlins.
Don't feed the gremlins. They stole so many pictures from me last night because Canva had a nervous breakdown on me and decided to ruin like half the pictures that I did. When I loaded them back up, they were just like weird squiggles. Like they look like TV static. And I don't know why that happened, because I did save them. But I forgot to export them. I was just making them and I was going to export them later. And that was stupid. I should have exported them. So be mindful of that being a thing that could happen, because I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen. Save your work. All right. So let's get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get them words. Beep, 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 beep. It did a thing. It did a thing. And we picked up a Stephanie while we
Hello.
did it. Okay, so hopefully I'm not wearing all of the anger on my face, but I may have fed the gremlins, so y'all don't have to.
What happened, Charlie?
I am doing my foundation article for the new world that I'm building, and I thought I did Command Option Shift V to paste without for paste and match style. Apparently I had a different combination of keys and deleted what I had, and when I undo pastes what I had in my clipboard. So I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. But apparently the words that I was writing have been given a new home in the belly of a gremlin. So save your work, people. Save your work. Like, saving would not have helped that, but because I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did because I hit the keys that I thought was paste, and the document went blank. And every time I undo, it just unpastes and pastes the questions I was trying to copy and paste over. So I don't know what I did.
Okay.
But I have successfully fed the gremlins, so y'all don't have to.
So, Charlie, let me tell you, I'm going to feed on your hanger here a minute. I almost gave up allowing my book to be in paperback form because every freaking time I uploaded it to Kindle, there was an issue with it every time. Like, I redid and reformatted that thing 35 times. I know this because I have 35 freaking versions of it on my computer. And so, like, I was using Google Docs to format it. Then my husband put on Microsoft Office, the whole suite, because he's going to school and he got it. Okay, it's great. So I went through and set up the formats and the formatted the heading and the body text, put the title, all that screwed up jazz. And then I wanted each chapter to start on the right-hand side of the page, right? But if it would end on the left-hand side of the page, so then I would say skip a page or whatever, but to them it was too many blank pages in the entire book, so it was an error and it wouldn't let me process it. So now my lovely book is just going to be ending the chapter on one page and then starting on the very next page. So some of them starts on the right-hand side and some of them starts on the left-hand side, and there's nothing I could do about it at all, ever. It was horrible.
I was going to say that's why I spent the money on Vellum, but Vellum would not have fixed that if it's an Amazon thing. Though
Abigail did offer to format it for me on Vellum, and I was being stubborn as person. I'm like, no, it's fine. I don't want anyone to do it for me. I got it. It's fine. I told Jesse, my husband, I was like, we're going to buy something because this is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
For any world builders and or web novel people out there, Royal Road, I think it's on the free for them, but they do have an export to EPUB as one of the export options over there. No, I haven't got to play with it yet, so I don't know how well it works. And I don't remember if that was on their paid tier or not. I don't think it's on the paid tier. I think it's on the free tier. And I know this is on the paid tier because you have to pay to get access to the manuscripts, but if you use World Anvil, they have just added export to EPUB on manuscript.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for sharing that with everybody here. We appreciate it.
Those are both paid options.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. At
least one of those I know is a paid option, but I know World Anvil just added export to EPUB. But then again, I don't know the quality of it. I have not used it, so I'm not speaking to quality, merely that feature exists. Because I saw it the other day and I went, huh, you could do that? Okay. I did not know. Alrighty, so I'm going to try to figure out where we left off, just because a lot of people showed up, and I want to say hi. Kate, I know Tessa showed up after we went to the sprint. So, hello, Tessa. Hello, Kate. Hey, you're a restaurant person. Any advice on helping a hot pepper burn? Tried baking soda. Baking soda should have worked. And alcohol methods, and still on fire. Ooh, like if you're talking about in your mouth to make it stop, or
I think on pans.
oh, I will have to ask.
Earlier, Tamama said, I think she said that she cut the peppers without wearing gloves.
Oh, one thing that works, you need to, if you have basically the strongest hand soap that you have will work. We actually keep lava, which is used to by people who work in like grease and stuff. It will strip all of the oils off of your hand, and you will have to apply lotion immediately after using, but that works. But you need to use something strong. Dish soaps actually can work sometimes for that, because they have enough surfactants in them to cut the oils. Because that's the thing, is you need to get the oils off your hands if that's the thing that we're talking about. So, but yeah, we actually keep a pumice soap specifically for this purpose, because the hubby is a tough guy and refuses to wear gloves, and then wonders why no one will let, like, it's to the point where the animals know when he's cutting peppers and will not let him pet them, because you live, you learn, you get loves. Hello, Right with Melanie. How are you doing today? Let's see. Natalie is listening to us in the car and with the kids and all that, and offering to do twinsies with Kat, which I just have to say, we should, next time we do like a Brady Bunch, we should like try to coordinate and have everybody be twinsies, just to bother people, because people get really freaked out at twinsies. And like, if we could all be twinsies on and have all the boxes filled with people all dressed the same, that would be amazing. It would make me happy. It would piss a lot of people off, and that would also make me happy because I'm a bad person. Laura says the unmaddening is complete. And I'm sorry, Kat, I didn't ask. How is your cult doing?
Oh, I've made them, and now so they're all gonna live in tents, and then they're gonna live off the grid.
Oh,
which is gonna be terrible for one of the people that is gonna have to escape the cult, because he's a geek and so he likes video games.
See, I'm gonna have to see if there's any way that I can. Like, I bought it through Origin, so if I re-download and install that, or whatever their equivalent is now, hopefully it's still there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out.
If you bought it with Origin and it's connected to your Origin account, it will forever be there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to probably reinstall it. You guys have won. I want to start playing The Sims again. Like, you win. You win. Are you happy?
We did this on purpose.
Yes, you did. You're trying to get the entire world to do the woohoo murder.
Or the cult murder now.
Cult murder
I'm
now.
not sharing this.
Yeah, I like this one because it doesn't make a sound, and I really like how it goes from a happy jack-o'-lantern to an angry jack-o'-lantern, and then I can just beat it to beep, because, you know, it's easier that way. Sprints. Whoo! Sorry, Spence. Spence got 400 words. Snaps for you. It's just foundation stuff. Like, I'm not into like the hardcore world building yet, so. But still, it's I lost a good 200 words, and then like had a bit of a rage around the house, as you know, as you do.
Understandably so.
CB got 82 words. Some snaps for you. Dough. Yeah, all the dough. I did, and all it does is go back and forth between the pasted and the unpasted, and it wasn't that much. And like I said, it's just foundation stuff. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you forcing this on people? Why do you think anybody would care? You know, that's stuff that you should do early in world building. That I am reluctant to do anyway, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this one right. Writing with Melanie is doing client work and editing 1 out of 6 pages. Client work is a thing. Okay, we have to go and do this now. The electromagnetic core of the original arc reactor that sat in the front of the Stark Industries building sang loudly and burst into flames as Obadiah Stane fell into it and to his death. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully I did that justice. Hello, the pronoun I. How
I just saw you somewhere.
I have no idea where.
Possibly committing murder.
No, it worked. I think I may have had the option key held down, which depending on the app that you're in, option does whatever the alternate that the program has installed tells it to do. So I may have had the option key also held down because big meaty fingers. So that's probably what ended up happening there. But I will just rewrite them and make them better this time. I think this is my punishment, honestly, because I should be making the goddess of murder right now, because I promised to make the goddess of murder rainbows, and I have not started on her yet. And this may just be the goddess of murder rainbows, like, coming after me.
Orla. Can you please have somebody go, Orla!
Currently, you have your hands in ice water. Like I said, you want something that will cut the oil. So anything that you have.
Use milk.
Yeah, I don't think that would work on the hands, though.
I don't think it would either. Except, I mean, there is sometimes like you tell people to, like take when you have a really bad sunburn, take a milk bath.
I want lobster ravioli.
That sounds
That
good.
sounds amazing. Cat, what were you just doing back there? Sorry, the cat just crawled out of a place the cat should not have been, and she's got a self-satisfied look on her face. I'm not happy. Like, she just did something. I know how I'm starting my next sprint. Yes, that sounds very yummy. Every time you add something to a document, you put it in pages. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Hello, BH Sprinkle. Hello, world building is one of your favorite parts. Yeah, I if I could get away with just doing world building, and that's the fun thing about this, is I'm actually making the game. So a lot of what I'm doing is just focused on the world building and making the world building fun. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this bit of it. Ooh, that would be lovely, Melanie. That would be lovely. I will save this for when she returns. Hey, just Eva. How are you doing? It's been so long since I've seen you. Did you get enough of the murdiddly-arder? I don't think any of us did. So you have so much hand soap that yeah. I'm very happy that my soap rash has gone away, because I have found alternatives that I can use around the house when I know I don't need to like thoroughly disinfect and like destroy everything that might be plague ridden about me, and my hands are a lot happier. It's never good when the cat yes, it's never a good thing. And see, there's not even like a lot of space back there, so and like there's electrical stuff. So if she had like gone to the bathroom back there, there should be sparking and smoke by now. So I don't know what she did, but I don't like it. Plus, I would smell it. She's stinky. So I don't know what she did, but she may have found a new place to hide and sleep because that's her favorite thing in the world. Off to a Nano Toronto Zoom meetup. That sounds like fun. Have the fun, Laura. I will try to remember when your thingy is so that I don't overlap too badly. Because I'm bad at it. Your neighbors just got home and they've been out of town for 2 weeks. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the where I live. That's like everything about where I live, and it's really, really frustrating because all they do is complain about how poorly managed everything is, and then like, and we're gonna vote for more of it. And I'm like, how do you not know that these things are connected? Like, if you hate the people in charge, why are you voting for the people in charge? Okay, so I promised to put this here when you got back. Who? Me? I would never.
I'd never watch people get murdered.
Never.
Ever.
Never, ever, ever. All right, you're going to have to hop off for a bit because of food. Okay, what was that? Okay, cat did something, right? Like on the arm of my chair. Like she jumped up and like went pop, 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 pop on the arm of the chair, looked at me, made a sound, and ran. Like she's feeling her oats. I don't know what she's up to, but if I disappear after one of the sprints, the cat did it. It was Jinx. It was Jinx. The cat did it. She may be in league with the gremlins to kidnap me. I don't know.
If you disappear, should we message the hubby on Discord?
Yeah. Because I don't know what she's up to, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. Yeah, I have completely lost hope for these people because the neighborhood that I live in, occasionally everyone in the neighborhood will come to visit to let us know that there's a new black person in the neighborhood. Like they don't want to say it out loud. They don't want to say it very prominently because they're not racist. They're totally not racist, but there's a new black person in the neighborhood. Like, that, right? They're just down the street from you. Like, that they're here, right? That new black person. So yeah. I had a long talk with one of them about how they're hoping that since so many black people have moved into the neighborhood, they don't get any queers, and I just didn't have the heart to tell them. Like, I just didn't have the heart to tell them. I'm just like, I just kind of stood there for a minute and like looked at them, looked at me, looked at them, looked at my husband, looked at our wedding rings, looked at them again.
Did they not notice?
Apparently not.
Maybe
Apparently we're
like
stealth. Like the pride
maybe
flag that I fly outside doesn't tip them off. The fact that every now and then I actually put both a pride and a queer gay pride and a trans flag in my windows doesn't tip them off. Like they have no idea. They're just completely
okay. So Charlie, what you should do is next time they say like, "Thank goodness there's no queer people in our neighborhood," you should just grab your hubby and kiss him, like, and then he might get it.
Yeah, I was just so stunned. I'm just like, is this a test? Like, what? Really? Like, okay. Like, we literally have like drag queens performing in our backyard during barbecues during non-plague times. Like, how do you not know? Like,
oh my god, how do they not know?
Like, people show up back in the day when parties were still a thing with like in like boas and clubwear because there are no clubs around here, and so we would just like put on loud music and entertain our own damn selves. And like, how do they not know? Like, how do you not know? Like, for goodness sakes, how? But yeah, I have lost hope for this community. I've just lost all hope. Every other house on the block has a sign. Whew. Yeah, that's not cricket. That's even worse. That's yeah. I just have to say, like, right now, it's very important that we just like support one another, that we have set up networks of getting in touch with one another because these are strange times and we just, wellness checks are a thing. I'm just saying, wellness checks are a thing. Like, I was talking just a little bit about this with Jace earlier, but like, I really feel like we need to start re-implementing the old school plans of like, okay, here's what we're going to do because of the roving gang of queer bashers. Like, who calls who does the daily checks, who's keeping up on everybody and making sure everything's okay. Like, I'm especially around here, like it's really really bad. Like this was last year, but a friend of mine was raped, and they did nothing about it because she was trans and asking for it. And like it's kind of not a good place to be. So like just take care of each other. That's why I'm like all on the like just take care of each other thing right now, because this is not like happy fun times land. Yes. Yes, just be nice. Just be nice. Yeah. Alrighty. But yeah, it's a crazy world. It's a crazy, crazy world. Alrighty, my refrigerator's making noises again, so crazy world. And the purpling has occurred. I just noticed the purpling.
I have a question. Does
Yes,
anybody know what personality type would be good for a cult leader?
depends on what kind of cult you're going for,
Just any?
because you have most cult leaders are megalomaniacs, but the vast majority of them are ladies men who have no charisma and actually start cults so that they can have the babes. It's really sad to say that, but when you look into like the history of most cults, they're get laid early and often schemes with religion thrown on top.
Okay.
So and Nikki, yeah. There's yeah. It's bad around here. I try not to like talk about like
Yeah, like the
life
Myers
around here
Briggs
too much.
thing. Well, the ES whatever thing. The IN.
So yeah, Eva just told you to make the cult her.
He,
Make me your cult leader. Make me your cult leader.
the champion? Okay.
Alrighty.
So also, everyone that's not the three that are gonna leave have the paranoid trait.
Alrighty. So hopefully, if you don't mind, I'm going to up this to 25 because I want to do a full 20 and I got to investigate what the cats were doing. So hopefully that's all right with y'all. And Tamama, I think we're all a member of the Cult of Viva already. I know I've been indoctrinated and I'm like fully there. So, I'm down. I'm down. Like if we want to make it official, like we can make it official. Like that's the thing we can do. Sorry, I'm really nervous at what I might find over there. Alrighty. Remember, I'm gonna do it again because apparently I can't listen to my own advice. Save your documents early, often. Don't feed the gremlins. They're hungry. They want our words. They want all of our words. Do not give it to them. Please. I have fed them on your behalf. Let my sacrifice suffice for all who are here and present. Alrighty. Let's get started on this sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep. And that's the end of our second sprint.
Can you
Yes, it
hear me?
can.
Okay, good, because my computer's sitting on the floor right now because it almost died.
Okay, so a couple explanations before I get into how I did. One, the cat found a cat-sized nook in which she could build a nest back in the little corner thingy over there. And yeah, she found a new sleeping hole that she can occupy, and that has to stop because I don't want her back there because there are like power cords and stuff. So I'm gonna have to figure out something about that. So that's number one. Number two, if anybody noticed that I went away, my camera decided to freak out on me and would not actually load. And so I had to restart and do some things. And the purpling is still here. So I got it working. But the gremlins are real, people. The gremlins are real. And
So, on that note, I get to be off of here because my sister-in-law called and
oh
said she has to go to
no.
the ER for something. So, I get. She's dramatic. It's fine. Um, I get to watch her little son, who's like 2 or 3, while my husband, her brother, gets to go to work. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So wish me luck. At least I didn't have anything planned, right? Whatever.
I didn't know. It's fine.
It's fine.
Alrighty.
So if I'm able, I'll pop in the
I
comments that I
understand.
will not be on camera. So
That's okay.
sorry,
I understand.
sorry to dash, but
Have the
that's the way
fun
it
as
is.
best you can.
Okay. Okay.
Bye. Alrighty. So beyond that, I wrote a year in words. I got 365 words. So huzzah. Huzzah. I like it when they're like magic numbers like that. They make me happy. I like a good magic number. So, Kat, how goes the cult of Eva? I know. I
Well,
was
not the cult
reading
of
the
Eva,
chat.
what is it?
And I am excited to hear that your mother, Eva, is voting for the first time at 75. We are going to be voting in person on the day because, one, our state does not do early voting, or at least that's what we have been informed by all of the state institutions that we contacted to find out if we could vote early. So we can't do that. And we were going to do the mail-in ballot, but that requires a notary public and witnesses and stuff. So we're just going to wear gloves, masks, and dip ourselves in hand sanitizer when we get out and probably spray each other down with Lysol because yay. But we're definitely voting. But I wish we could do early voting. That would make me a lot happier just to get it out of the way. Especially because last year I got really, well, not last year, last presidential election, there were people breaking the law, electioneering in the polling place, and the stationed guard thingy did nothing about it because, you know, he was of the same political party because that's where I live. So, yay. Yeah, as far as like party registration, that depends on the state that I've lived in because some states have closed primaries and you have to register with a party or you don't get to vote in the primaries. And many of the states that I've lived in, like the state I'm currently living in, has a closed primary. So if you're not a registered member of one of the parties, you don't get a vote. Yeah.
What?
I mean, they have a ballot that they'll give you, but it's only for like if there are ballot initiatives or things like that. Because if you are a registered Republican, you get the Republican ballot. If you're a registered Democrat, you get the Democrat ballot. And if you're an independent, you get the sad ballot that only has the ballot initiatives and stuff on it. It's a lot of states have closed primaries. And that's just the primaries. But yeah, so for state purposes, I am a registered Democrat, but Truth be told, I'm an anarcho-syndicalist. But there it is. It's out. It's in the world. I've said it. I think I've actually said it a lot of times because, I'm bad at keeping secrets. And it's not really a secret because I'm proud of it. Oh, my goodness. And for anybody who's playing bingo, my chat just jumped. Hello, Tess. Oh, your PC froze. Took forever to reboot. Yeah, I was getting afraid of that. I only had I'm glad I added the 5 minutes onto the sprint because I think it was at 13 minutes when I finally got everything up and running again and got back in because it was... Oh no, Instagram's what froze on you? See, I'm mad at all the Facebook stuff because they pushed out that thing saying that you could get your notifications on everything because they're doing cross-platform chat now. And that kind of excited me. Like, how do I set this up? Because there's some people on Facebook that always send me Facebook messages, but I don't have Facebook Messenger on my phone. So if I could set it up so that they would go through on my Instagram like they're supposed to now, then at least I would know when they message me and not like that once a day and or week, or when they go, hey, did you get my message? That I remember to open it up and look at it. But yeah, it's not working. Yeah. They're having all kinds of problems. Yeah, I'm just about to give up on the social medias. Ooh. Yes. I will be working on that. Yes, that is a thing that can happen. So, Tamama says, ate dinner and started watching the second part of Dom's Breaking Dawn review. Oh my goodness. I have not seen the video of which you speak, but you said Breaking Dawn, and I just had a moment. Okay, so CB... I just have a weird thing in my head. I just feel like I should say that up front. Give me 1 second so I can send this message, if you don't mind, to the glorious... I want to send it to your email, Tess, because you said that was easiest. If that has changed, let me know.
How the person died was they basically got heat stroke and died. Yeah, you can get, when you have seasons... if it's hot weather and you're not wearing your hot weather clothing,
this is not going to be... If I can get it installed, it's not going to be the same game. It's going to be a very different game. Yes, I'm learning this.
Yeah. You also have to have,
okay,
the seasons pack.
I got, the first couple packs that came out, but it wasn't doing it. It wasn't... I think I have up until... I think Nightlife, was when I opted out. I didn't play it for very long. I wanted to, but I really liked Sims 3. It was no Sims 1, which is still, I think, the best the game has ever been in a lot of respects. But okay, Tess, I sent an email to your email. If that works, let me know. If you need it somewhere else, let me know. CB got 381 words. Here you go. That's awesome. Hello, Mindy. Tomorrow's your birthday. Happy early birthday.
What?
May the candles on your cake burn like cities in your wake. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Gotta love a good birthday dirge. Ooh. Jules just finished creating another 4 minutes of a timer. Yeah, see, this is why I have not started on the timers yet. I'm doing too much. And I may be starting a new podcast. Well, not starting a new podcast, but doing a new season of a show this weekend. But I think I need to talk to the people involved because I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I want to take Saturday off. Another 4 minutes. I muted you until you get me muted, Tessa. Because I heard my voice echoing.
Well, I'm here.
All right. Am I muted now? All right. I heard my voice echoing.
I turned it off.
So, hello.
Hi.
Don't you? You got a big...
I can hardly hear you, though. I don't know if it's me or the computer.
Oh, I hope it's not. I hope it's not me. I've been having a lot of computer trouble.
Maybe it's me. I just can't hear. I don't know.
People, can you hear me?
I got gremlins too, so.
Would you like to build a snowman? And there we go. I just got my next copyright strike right there. Um, so how are you doing today, Tess?
I cannot. Maybe now it's plugged in. So I'm here. Everyone can see and hear me, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can see and hear you fine. You try to hit the volume? Turn it up, maybe?
No. I've done that before. I've put something in.
M. Control M.
Did you accidentally mute the tab?
Hit Control M.
Well, I raised the volume as high as it'll go.
Hopefully the tab's not muted. Because you said you could hear me.
I can hear it a little better now.
Okay.
It wasn't all the way up for some reason.
Oh, there you go.
Computers, the gremlins, they are wild today.
They are.
Crap, Spence. Those are Tessadine numbers right there. 760 words? All the snaps. You're going to have this vampire novel finished before I get stuff to you, and that's awesome. It has passed 10 in my manuscript. Ooh. I need to send you those chapters. Why am I so bad at doing things? Nikki said played with Canva during that sprint. I have been enjoying my thing with Canva, and they just charged me because yesterday was my day of am I going to go on with my pro trial or not? And even though it did me dirty on some images where it decided to just corrupt them, but that was my fault. I should have exported them first. I shouldn't have just relied on them to have them. But other than that, it's been helping me get a lot of imagery and stuff out. Plus, I'm enjoying doing some of the animated thingies. So, I'm enjoying Canva. I do wish it did a couple things, and then I could close one of my other accounts, and then I could just use it. But it's got some work that it still needs done to it. Ooh, CB's mother and stepfather voted tonight. That's awesome. Jules said we dropped our ballots off at the ballot box in front of City Hall today. That's exciting. I'm one of those sappy Americans. People don't get how sappy I am, but I'm all about yay, civic pride. Let's vote. Let's do things, and let's stop bickering and being horrible dicks to each other. Because to me, that's what America is we come together. Isn't that the whole thing? Melting pot ho. We're stop with all the fighting.
I can hear better now. I don't have them on. They have to be plugged in or it'll squeal. But I don't need them on my ears.
There you go.
Now I can hear.
That's
maybe there's something going in the headphones.
Oh, who knows? I'm going to need to get new headphones soon because these have a crunchy sound to them.
Ooh.
That you can tell the tweeter or one of the little diaphragms is starting to go because it's getting that little crunchiness to the sound. And
yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, I'm hoping to replace them with something that will give me freedom from cords, but I don't know if I can afford any Bluetooth headphones.
These were super cheap. I got them in a store called Five Below, and they were $5 or below. And they worked for quite a while, and they worked pretty good. But maybe they're going. So
it could also just be one of those today they decided not to work.
Well, that's what I was saying. My computers weren't working. Instagram was frozen. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on. Last night, I streamed for 5 hours and got almost 2,000 words in.
Ooh.
That was a great night last night, for once.
Yeah, that's the thing. my Milwordy numbers are really taking a hit this week, but it's because I'm doing a lot of world building, and a lot of that, my process for that is a lot of art making, and I didn't set up an idea of like one picture equals how many words or
Oh
something like
yeah,
that to like add that in, because like I worked all day on my world building, but I got 0 words done because I made like 9 pictures.
yeah.
So, you know, like I still worked, but it doesn't reflect it. That's the one thing that's starting to annoy me a little bit about the Milwordy thing. Like I'm still going to keep tracking because I think it's interesting to see how many words, but I've really started taking it a lot less seriously because it's not taking into effect like all the things I do.
Yeah, I added a few more things trying to add because I'm not going to put I need a quarter mil wordy, like a quarter, 100, 250,000 maybe at the rate I'm going right now. Now last night was a great night and we got, like I said, I got almost 2,000 words, but that's not normal. I mean, I'm fighting with computers. Can I count how long it took me to upload and download and reboot, and I spend a lot of time doing that.
Yeah,
So,
because just to reiterate to everyone, because my numbers have been crazy and people think I'm trying to do a full Milwordy, if you go back and watch my video, I very clearly said I'm doing a half, and then I set 2 stretch goals, one of which being like the impossible dream of actually hitting 1 million words in a year. I'm well on track for hitting, like, I'm not worried about it in that, like, I've already this month done 47,000 words, which is
well,
over my goal. So, I'm not worried about it. It's just, I would like to have some kind of a system that would give me a sense of like how much I'm doing overall. And I was hoping that the Milwordy tracker would do that, but it's not. It's because it doesn't take into effect, like I said, when I have an art day, because it says I did 0 and I didn't. Like I was working
right,
all day doing
right.
a lot of
I get
stuff.
that. I do get that. Just like I said, I need a reboot count. How many words can I count because I can't type because my computer is not cooperating.
Yeah. Well, it's like we're in like out of fresh. Woo! I just knocked a sound wave over. Don't fall, sound wave. But it's like why I started printing out my manuscripts again to do my first run edits on them, because I'm so used to, I'm of the generation, like I started writing on a typewriter, y'all, not a word processor, not a computer, on a typewriter.
Me too.
And so no matter how many words like the number says at the end of the day, it's in the ether and it doesn't feel real to me. And that's what I'm trying to find, is some way that's not like putting my words on dead trees. That makes me, because I don't need to be printing those out to edit them, and it would actually be much more efficient to do the editing I'm used to doing on paper on the computer,
right on your document.
It's just I have this problem in my head where I don't have that sense of accomplishment. Like I feel like I haven't done anything, and so that's kind of the thing that I'm trying to figure out how to. I don't know. I was hoping Milwordy would get that to me, and it's not. Like I can see that I'm writing a lot more than I thought I was. That's good, but
right.
At the same time, when you're looking at your charts and you're like, oh man, why didn't I get anything done yesterday? It's like, So everything just jumped. Everything just jumped. Y'all been talking while I've been talking, so everything just jumped.
Well, our mailing is voting. It's mailing. It's not even required to sign up for it. It was automatically mailed, and we just have to mail it back or drop it in the box. That's all we have to do.
See, we're one of the states that they had to go to the Supreme Court because they passed a law here that made it illegal to do mail-in voting if you didn't have what they considered a valid reason. And then that was basically you were in the hospital dying, you were in overseas serving the country, or
It
like
used to be
they
that
had
way.
very small carve outs.
It used to be
And
that way in our
because
state too, but the
yeah,
governor has passed a law. He must be allowed. This is the second election that we've done this way.
well, see, they tried to do this after the election had already started, and that's why the law got thrown out, because it's like, no, you can't change the rules while the game's being played. That's basically what the Supreme Court said. But yeah, like,
Well, this is the second mail-in, and it's great. I don't have to do anything except drop it in the box.
hello, Wordfall. Ooh, you're home from the pumpkin patch. That's awesome. You're welcome, Mindy. I don't know. It's really frustrating because, like, I live in a state where the governor caught the Rona and still says that it doesn't exist.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
your wife was in the hospital. Why was your wife in the hospital then? Like, please, somebody ask him on tape. If it doesn't exist, why was your wife in the hospital? Like, I just need to know what his headcanon is. Like, how are you justifying this crap to yourself?
There's too many people thinking that way, though. They ignore this as if it didn't happen.
Okay, words fall. This is actually very on point to what we were talking about. So, for Millwordy, I am counting the words that I do for my world building and the words that I'm doing when I'm drafting. I will also count my revisions when I get to that point, but I'm not at that point yet. So I'll be counting those words again, because words change, words move around. It's hard to keep track word for word how many words actually change. So I'm just going to recount revisions again. And I'm counting the words that I do for videos and for the shows, because that's all my creative output.
If you outline your YouTube videos,
yeah,
count those.
Yep.
The stuff I hand wrote in the hospital, now when I'm going to enter it in the computer, I'm counting that twice, because I hand wrote it and then I'm going to type it. So
I would do that too.
I'm considering that twice.
See, I've got some journals over here for another project that I always joke around as my super secret project, but this is not my super secret project. It's just that project that none of y'all will care about. But I have a bunch of journals that need to be typed up because they have like finished work in them that just needs editing for my day job. And so I'm going to count those words as well, because it takes time to type all that up. But I haven't even started that process yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm counting. I am thinking of coming up with a system to say that, like, maybe count the minutes that I work on a picture as words. Like, it'll be a lot less words in total, than if I did like a magic number, but a fairer way to count it. Because I don't like seeing a goose egg on my chart on a day when I know I got stuff done.
But if an average page, you know what your average is?
I do.
Perhaps you can do it. Okay, this is an average, or an hour. I know I can write this much in an hour. So in this hour, I wrote that many words.
I like Spence's answer. Everything short of to-do lists.
Hey,
yeah, that's about right.
I count to-do lists I have a miscellaneous in there now. Notes. I mean, anything that I have to write words for. Not that I'm going to hit Millwordy million. I mean, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to probably hit the 250,000 because it's just not happening, and the computer's not cooperating, and I'm just not feeling it, which is part of the problem.
Well, I also, as I like to point out, we're 2 months in.
I know.
Yeah, we don't know where we're going to be at the end
trying to figure out what I did in September. So,
because I've had several like I've had several 100,000 word months, and every now and then when I like really apply myself, like I can do a 15K day if I apply myself. So
I used to. You remember when I first started with the words count? But now my computer's gotten so slow now, there in no way I'm going to put that kind of words out. It's not happening.
Because like the biggest thing that I'm trying to remodulate my schedule for, and it's one of the things I should have done today because I wasn't on camera for the triple play, but I really enjoy doing a lot of the streams, but my back hurts from the way I have to sit so that I don't look weird on the camera. So I need to get better at treating my back well, because that's my biggest.
I'm awkward in this chair too. You can see me switching around trying to find a new, spot that doesn't hurt. Not working too well.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had talked to Laura about that, Jules, about counting hours instead of words, and I kind of wish I had done that, because I was going to do a conversion, because I know how many words I can write in an hour. Like if I just sit and do nothing but write for an hour, that's going to be about 946 words on average for me. So I thought about doing that, and then doing the math of, okay, so 1 million divided by, 942 words, and see how many hours that works out to. But I didn't. And I don't know. I may add a thing to my Millwordy. I don't know. I don't like seeing the zero. The zero bothers me. See, I think I'm going to do a full Millwordy. I really do, because I am actually. I've got the spreadsheet over here. That's why I keep flipping over. I am pretty much on track to do a full Millwordy. So that might be a thing that I do, but I'm not counting on it, because I know myself. Next month I'm going to be like, how do I write 50K in a month? How does that happen? Because and by the way, that's not just because I do Nano. Like, I've had years where I intentionally was like, I'm not doing Nano this year so I can just write, and my brain still did that to me. Like, it's not like the pressure of the event or anything. It's just my brain don't work. Yeah, I really want to start figuring out a way to do that, Vixens, because I've been doing a lot of art and I like it. And so far, only a couple people have gotten to see them, because I'm not doing a full announcement of that project yet, except for to the patrons. So if you really want to know, down in the doobly-doo. Not that I'm saying that you have to give me money, but they get early access to my stuff and they can see it now. Let's see. I knew I was going to be, yeah. It's one of those years. Whew, you're doing a 1.5 mil wordy. Well, CB, you write a lot, so I see that being possible.
Oh, I can't even imagine. 1.5. Oh. I'm struggling with 250,000. I'm not even sure I'm going to make that, unless something changes. I can't predict the future, so right now I'm definitely way off.
Hello, LR Rutherford. We're just about to do another sprint, so you arrived just in time. Sort of tempted to count music theory. I would find a way to count it, because see, to me, while I get why Kate Kavanaugh originally started this whole thing to see how much she did, and if she had done a million words, I did a count of everything that I've written that I have digital copies of, which does not include everything that I've written, because I have a lot of stories, and I have 4 books that have never been typed up because they were hot trash and not worth the time and effort to try to turn into anything good. But I was young when I wrote them. So yeah, I know in my life I've already written over 1 million words. So I want to track my creativity better. Joel says, still trying to combat the urge to use a bunch of small words instead of choosing fewer but stronger words. Yeah, I feel that. Well, you're on track to get a goose egg for today if you don't quit working on this timer. See, that's what I'm saying, though. That's still creativity. And it should count for something. But, I mean, this is kind of the first time we as a community have really done something like a Millwordy. So we need to figure out what the rules are going into it. Okay, so here's the thing. Laura is starting in about an hour. So to try to easily squeeze 2 sprints in, I'm going to take us back to a 20. And then we should If we can behave ourselves, which is mostly like, Charlie, can you behave yourself? Because the answer is probably no. We can fit 2 more sprints in the time that we have left. Ow! I just punched my own ring on my finger. Oh, that was not fun. Woo! MM Ward's internet is back. Yay! Hello, lovelies. Hello. How are you doing? I know you're probably all going to get tired of seeing this thing, but I absolutely love it. And with everything that's been going on today, save your work. Don't feed the gremlins. Don't feed them. Save it. Save your work. They are hungry. They are trying to steal everything that we are creating. Don't give it to them. Save your work. If you haven't gotten a beverage in a while, hydrate. Keep yourself hydrated. Make sure you're doing your stretches. If you haven't gotten up and moved around lately, maybe get up and move around because it's good for you. It's something you should do. Alrighty, let's get started on this sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Let's get some words. Beepity beep, a beepity beep, beepity beep, a beepity beep. We have reached the end of sprint 3. And I've accomplished words, but I've not actually been writing down what my word count was. Plus, this is all like meta stuff that takes time to think about. But I've almost done 600 words so far
All right.
through this thing.
I need to get off of this specific
Okay.
computer because it's getting too
Oh
warm.
no!
Because it's doing the thing to me.
Oh,
So it needs to cool down. So I think I'll just
okay.
get off. Because I'm not really being productive and I'm just playing Sims. But I will turn this.
That
I'm
is
gonna turn
perfectly
it on
all
my
right
phone.
and acceptable. We don't have much
Yeah.
longer to go on the stream anyway, so it's not a bad time. Did you want to tell the people where they can find you before you leave?
Just look up Cat Leo writing. It's fine.
She streams on Twitch because YouTube's hashtag save the cat, save the cat, save the cat. We need to save the cat. Like give Cat her streaming back. Hashtag save the cat. All right.
So yeah,
Bye.
I need to close this.
Bye.
It's freaking out.
Bye.
And then there were two.
Mm.
I'm just going to leave that up there just so spiritually she's present with us. So I got more done. I'm now at like the deep dive meta for the world building, and I'm trying to pick 3 areas of focus that the world is really going to tackle, and I'm not sure what I want them to, what they actually are, but that's why we do all this up front, because then everything's easy after this point. What are you doing? How do you do? Yes.
How did I do? Well, I got a few words. There's like a couple hundred words in there because I am, as I said, rewriting the July camp thriller. And so I have started taking it apart because obviously I can't have 5 to 7 or more POVs, which is causing an issue. And I have to kill some of my darlings, which I'm not very happy about, or combine them all into one person, which is even harder because they got different personalities. And I'm trying to cut out the fluff that it's like, why is that in there? Nobody cares about that. So that's what I'm trying to do to make it so I can start writing the story again.
Yeah, I have I'm going to try to tackle what is a great challenge for me, and I'm going to try to write the story in first person and limit myself to 1 POV, because most of my books have 2 to 3 POVs in them. I want to try to limit myself to just 1 and have the story be in first person, because I've not written first person in a while. And given the kind of story this is, I think it would be more interesting to read it from first person. But
as I said, I do prefer first person. This one is in third person, so it's a difference also for me on that. I have to, I'm used to using I this, I that, and now it's like she and he and names, and it's a little different. And so it's another thing I have to add to this whole fun thing.
See, if I thought that I had like even a thimble's worth of the talent that N.K. Jemisin has, I really want to make it a 2 POV book and have 1 in first person and 1 in second person, because it's a lit RPG game, a story, and like to have portions of the book in second person would actually make sense for the kind of story it is. But I'm not bold enough to try to write in second person. She pulled it off. Like I pulled out my copy of the 5th season again to reread it, because one of the POVs in that book is in second person, and it actually works. It's one of the few examples I can think of where it works and it's not very kidsy, because they did a rewrite of the Star Wars books, and I think it's the second one. I can't remember the name of it. It's the kids retelling of Empire Strikes Back is actually told in second person. So you sit in front of Yoda, you do this, you do that, and it was reasonably well done. But again, it was a kids book, so it's a lot more like the only adult book I've ever seen that work in is like stuff that N.K. Jemisin has written, because she is worthy of all the accolades. But
I can't imagine writing in second person. I'm not completely sure. Even, I mean, I understand sort of what it is. I can't imagine writing in it.
I am writing some guided meditations right now, and those are all in second person. So you do this, you do that, because you're writing instructions.
You do, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was amazing to see it in a story and see it work. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you haven't read the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin and you like fantasy books, just they're amazing. They are amazing. They will change everything. I just had to share this, and I know that this is where we left off in the chat, because just be careful with everything that's going on with that. I don't understand how my voice to text turned the devs into deep doves. But I kind of want to do something with a fake band called Deep Doves, because that just sounds like a hipster band to me. It was weird. Like, I don't understand how you turned the devs into Deep Doves. I don't even, like, usually when the text to speech, I'm sorry, the speech to text messes up, you can see it. Yeah, I don't understand that one at all. I wouldn't. I wouldn't trust that. But then I am too much of a plebeian to understand it. It's a moot point. Is this Pepper yelling at Tony? Because that's what I get from that. Hello, Stephanie. How you doing? Thank you, Devin. Yes, Stephanie has a new book coming out. It is up for pre-order right now, so definitely go check it out. My brain is glitching as to the date because I'm just bad at everything today, apparently. But it is up for pre-order, and it sounds interesting. Honestly, though, I'm just going to give everybody like the hint. If you want me to read your stuff right now, just do what Sage does and write poetry, so I have like smaller snippets that I don't have to remember plot in. Because that's working. Because I can take a minute and read like a little bit of poetry and not like pick up a book again and go, oh, what was I doing? Page 1. Because my TBR is long and my memory is weak. CB got 475 words that time. Good. Anya, that's amazing. Words Fall Writes got 77 words. Wrote what you typed on your phone while you were in the car. That's awesome. I like to use the Notes app on my phone for a lot of that because it automatically syncs and I just can copy and paste it over. But that's also the joy of living in a house that Apple built, because everything syncs. Everything. I took Rhodey's advice. I stayed away from the office for 2 whole weeks, and even though it really hurt, I didn't contact Pepper at all. Then finally, after 2 weeks of feeling just awful, and it not getting any better, I decided to talk to her. And I have to say, if you have not seen CB's Bed of Roses video, like, go see it. It gave me all the feels, like, in such a good way. The pepperoni pictures were so cute and good, and I loved them. Definitely go check them out. MM got 368 words. Snaps for you. Sin got 528 words. Snaps for you. Cat's Merchandise Store. Snaps for her. I really want the Raging Asexual shirt. I really want it. I may end up buying it. I was actually doing that for a little bit, and one of several of the writers. Sorry, a truck just stopped in front of the house. Oh, and okay, they're going to the neighbors. Never mind. It's like we might have to start a sprint real quick because there may be someone coming to my door. But there are quite a few writers that I like that do that. Garrett, oh crap, started saying his name. I want to say Garrett Johnson, but I know that's wrong. He actually streams writing his books over there, where he actually has it showing his screen, so you can actually read along as he types, because he's a braver man than I will ever be. Over on Twitch, but pretty much she kind of does what we do over here, over there, because YouTube's being a butt and not letting her stream over here. Save the cat. They think she's like 13 and they won't let her stream, and she's not. She's in college. Yeah, don't cook the words. Okay, Kate got 104 words and got a new computer monitor set up. I'm living in fear of that. This computer monitor has started ghosting, and like it's got dead pixels. It's got a couple lines of dead pixels in it that are very distracting when I do stuff over here, so I'm going to have to do that soon, and that's money I don't have. Patreon and coffee in the description. Not that I'm like asking, but oh, I'm kidding. Don't worry, no stress. Let's see. Are you going to do Yes, I'm going to do first person. I'm definitely going to do first person. I'm just trying to figure out which character is that person, because there is going to be a band of 4 or 5 main characters in the party, because it's a lit RPG story. So it's a group. It's a dungeon group that the story is going to follow. And since I want to do it in first person, I want to pick one of them, and just one of them, to be the POV. I'm not good at that. Yeah, I'm terrible at it. I think it has to do with some of my own issues, but oh, that was weird. I just heard myself, like, randomly out of nowhere. That was weird. I don't like that. Let's see. Someone said cleaned up the stuff marked for deletion, so you're down to 430 words. Finished watching that vid. Started falling asleep. Fingers not burning anymore. Well, that's good. I'm sorry. I hope something that we said helped, because I'll definitely ask the hubby if he's got some tips and send them to you, because I just know that that's what I do, because I always wear gloves because I get really sensitive to peppers. So I always put gloves on, because if I don't, my hands will be red for like a week. Which is weird, because I'm not sensitive to them when I eat them. But anyway, let's see. Wordfall says, what do I do? I saw someone say something, then it disappeared. They may have taken it back. You can do that. It's also possible that I don't know, something. Suddenly I can hear my fan in the background, which is weird. I don't know what's going on. We're going to go do a sprint in a minute. I'm sorry. I'm going to browse through here and see if I missed anything. So you usually do single POV. Yeah, I've been doing multiple POV for a while, and I really like it. Yeah, mine too. I absolutely love her writing. Her gift for language astounds me. Like, she can turn a phrase like very few writers. Like, a lot of times when you hear like a writer's getting all the awards and then you read them, you're like, I don't understand it. She's not gotten enough awards. I'm just gonna say she is. There are not enough awards on Earth that you could give a writer like her. She is amazing. Alrighty. Yes, Wednesdays are popular. Alrighty. I want to do one more sprint. I'm going to do, say, a 15, and then we have time to say goodbye. because I'm trying to stay on time for Laura, because Austin K set a very good example of staying on time for Laura, because she's streaming right after me, and I will put a link to her stream up in a minute. Alrighty. I hope that you are getting all the words. I hope that you are ready to do this. Let's go. Make sure you're hydrating. Make sure you're stretching. If you haven't moved around, move around for a little bit. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sprint. Let's get some words. Beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep. That is time on our fourth and final sprint. I hope everybody did good. We've got a couple more minutes before Laura gets started. I've done 796 words in total for this stream, which is good because a lot of it has been I'm picking and choosing because I'm setting up the world meta that everything's going to be built. Basically, I'm doing the scaffolding that the world's going to be built around. And so it's a lot of questions and picking and choosing and deciding what the world's going to look like. So I think that that's pretty good for the amount of time that we've done this for. So before I ask you how you're doing, Tess, I just want to say, Eva, it's rough out there. I hope that everything goes well. I understand. I make a lot of jokes about the Patreon and the coffee because it's very hard to ask anybody to like, hey, would you like to support my madcap dream? Especially when a lot of the people that are here have the same madcap dream. So I understand. I'm hoping that everything is all right with you. I don't know if you saw Heather say that she's going through something similar right now. It is a very rough time for a lot of us. The economy is not doing very well for a lot of reasons, and I know it's a cliche and a lot of people don't like it, but thoughts and prayers. I will light a candle for you and your family, and for Heather and her family, and for everybody who's struggling right now. But don't feel bad. I'll be okay. Most of the people that you were giving patronage to will be okay. It's a rough time for all of us. So just keep your chin up and we'll work our way through it. All right? So, how are you doing? How'd you do, Tess?
I got another 100 or so words, and I've got more of an idea where I want to go with this. So it's starting to fall more into place. But I've got a long way to go. I'll have plenty to do for NaNoWrimo, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now because, like I said, I'm doing a lot of the scaffolding work for this story, and I know the elements that I want to have but it could go so many different ways, and trying to figure out how it's all going to work because basically, yeah, it's a lot of this was inspired by FDR's Four Freedoms speech and how that is going to play into the game, and basically each character path is going to be one of the heroes of the Four Freedoms, except for not exactly the way that he originally intended, which is why it's happening in an alternate universe. But I am going to be bringing the honor flag into the game because, well, it's an important part of American and global history that I think a lot of people have forgotten. And I'm enjoying it. It's just figuring out how to bring everything together in a way that's not preachy and not cliche. That's really hard. That's just really hard. Someone says, checked out my YouTube studio and saw that you got your first dislike. Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Oh, she just got started.
And Jules is here.
So that would be the voice of Laura because I had her open in the background. That's my cue to hurry up and get out. I'm going to throw the link in to the chat. So if you want to go over, Laura is just starting. I just do the link in the chat. Let me speed up just a wee little bit because some people need their snaps. Let's see. Sin got 498 words. Good for you. CB got 252 words. Good for you. That's awesome. Thank you, Devin, for beating me to it and putting the link in there. Yeah, I felt like a real YouTuber the first time I got a dislike. Like, finally. Like, it just was that moment of, yay!
I don't think I have one yet, but I don't pay attention to that screen, so it's possible I do. I don't know.
I get
I'm
them
almost to
randomly.
100 now. I'm happy about that. I mean,
I know when I did my CreatorTube video, I upset somebody so much that all of my streams for a while had a dislike on them, like before they got started. Like
oh gosh.
they I know who I made angry, and good.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm at, but I'm almost to 100 now. So,
ooh,
I'm almost there.
MM's got a pregnant goat who's laying down with her legs crossed to stay pregnant. Oh my goodness. Somebody's going to have babies. Nicole said that she found a really cool website that has all kinds of writing exercises. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, that's why I didn't even want to start a Patreon in the first place. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to correct you with that, Heather. Start a Patreon. There are some people that have the privilege to be able to do support, and there are people that don't. Never cut yourself off from an avenue for people to give you joy. Never do that. Have a Patreon. Maybe not, don't expect a lot from it, but have one. Get yourself a Patreon, get yourself a coffee, have it set up. If people can help you out, they will help you out. But it's no pressure. It's really no pressure, because honestly, anybody here who really wants to help me out, take a video of mine that you like and share it. Take a story of mine that you like and share it. Discovery is the hardest part. Those shares save so much money on ads and stuff that we would have to pay if we wanted to get that kind of discovery. That really is helping creators out. Share our stuff. If you don't have money, share. Get people to know that we're out here and doing stuff, because that's how we're going to get through this. We have to help each other out in whatever ways we can. If that's money, yay. If that's not, that's helping build the ship up so that we can all get to a place where we can be of more aid to one another, because that's how we're going to get through this. Yeah, I hope you find something quickly. Yeah. Alrighty. 40-ish and got the stream. Just 40-ish words. Well, okay, you get that. And I understand. That's why I took TikTok off my phone. Ooh. Less than 30 seconds to add to the timer, and you'll have a 60-minute timer. That is awesome. I'm excited for you, Jules. Your hubby already has had 3 interviews. Like I said, I think we're all going to have to find our ways through this, and it's not easy. There's the link to Laura's stream, which is currently going on. I'm going to start saying my goodbyes. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. Yeah, you should definitely have a coffee. Like, never tell people I don't want your help. I think that's don't beg, don't expect, but if somebody can help, let them help, because you never know. I mean, you really never know who can be of help to you, or when something amazing could come into your life. Oh, thank you, MM. That means a lot. That's also good support right there, because in the world where everything is on fire, knowing that we have people that care for what we're doing really, really matters. Nikki says that she is starting writing prompts on Instagram. That is awesome. I have some stuff that will be showing up on Instagram. I did kind of a sappy, like, let's all get a long post today, because that's really where my heart is, and just what we need to be doing. Tess, before we go, do you have anything that you'd like to tell the nice people, an outro or something?
Well, I have my YouTube channel. Like I said, I'm close to 100 subscriptions,
which should be linked down below.
Yeah, it is. I think I left it's down there. And I do live streams usually Tuesdays, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Though tomorrow I have something else I have to do, so I won't be streaming. And Friday nights at 11 o'clock. So that's my normal. And then I have pop up streams. Other than that, I'm a blogger. You can follow my blog. If you come to my stream, my blog address is always on there. So that's about it. I mean, I'm writing for Nano. I'm just not as excited as I usually am. It bothers me a little bit, but that's where I'm at right now.
I am of the position that I am going to be unrealistically excited about everything that I can make myself be realistically excited about.
Well, that's the thing. Making
because,
it, you know,
yes.
it's hard sometimes to break
Yes.
through that whole thing. And I'm in a space right now that's not very good. And I have to break through it. And I'm the only one who could do it. So
Yay, Vixen's finished the scene. And you're really happy with the way it looks. That's awesome. Yes. Yes, we all need a big heart, a hug, and a prayer to go around. Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I'm glad that that I could be of help at all. You had an idea for IG this morning. Ooh, that will be exciting. Hello, everyone. My name is Charlie. I write under the name of C.E. Dorset. I unpublished 2 books this year because I'm that kind of a person. I am also a podcaster. You can find links to my podcast down in the description. I have my Project Shadow, which is about media and pretty much my life and whatever I want to talk about. And I have one called Myth Weaving, which is about world building, writing, and the like. So definitely check those out. If you are interested, I have a new podcast, which is exclusive to Spotify, which is all about music. And the best part is I actually get to play the songs so you can hear what I'm talking about. You have to have a Spotify membership to listen, but you can listen. I believe you get 30-second clips if you have a free account, and you get to hear the full songs if you have a premium account, but you can at least put them aside for later so you can listen to the songs that sound interesting to you. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff over there, especially because with Halloween showing up, I'm going to be doing some goth stuff. That is hopefully the police responding to the gunshots that I heard during the last sprint, because I love my life. And hopefully everyone over there is okay.
oh man.
Whew, that's pretty good, CB. That's like almost
Congratulations.
That's more than double mine. That's more
Great
than double
job.
mine. Alrighty. Yeah, that is amazing. Alrighty. So that's okay. I should not have said that. Yes, I am okay. I live around a bunch of idiots with guns, and they shoot themselves, often themselves, because they aren't paying attention to what they're doing and shoot off a toe or something. It probably isn't anything like big, but yeah, there were gunshots over towards the apartments not far away from the house while we were doing the sprint, and there's only like a couple, which they, for all I know, they were target practicing because they do that out there, but it's a thing. It's a thing. All right. MM says, well, I will get a Spotify account if I can hear woo noises. I am going to try to work on that, and I am thinking of actually creating a music account over there so I can start putting up my original tunes on Spotify. So I may start doing that again. So look out for that. But by the way, listening to my podcasts, like for anybody who is like wishing that they could support my podcasts, are make money off of ads. So listening to them makes me money, like not a lot of money, but makes me money. So if you like the podcast, you are actually supporting me financially. So thank you for that. All right. On that note, let's say how we always do it, because the world is still on fire. Remember, Black Lives Matter. Take it from your BB Charlie. Trans identities are valid. They are, full stop. Be loud, be proud, be out there. We can change this world if we stick together and have each other's back. Until next time, may you have the courage to ride your dreams into reality. And don't forget to have the fun. Bye.